Hello, welcome to July 30th, 2022. I'm Kurt, and this is my Good Life Meditation video. Something I do each and every morning to remember my life objectives and purposes, and our principles, that is. I guess it's sort of a purpose, and to see how I did applying those to yesterday, and to prepare for the coming day. First, last night and yesterday, I slept straight through to the alarm. Yes. I don't know just what it was. I didn't necessarily stay up too late, maybe a little later than usual. My alarm is set to 4:30 a.m. now. Yes, it's a Saturday. I get up at the same time every day. I slept all the way to the alarm. I feel refreshingly refreshed. Although yesterday was a lot too. There was a lot too yesterday. Mostly just at the car dealership, getting my daughter's car serviced, getting the oil changed and tires rotated. It took a long time, several hours, 3 hours. But I used that time well. Got a lot of good reading in. In fact, I completely read The Piazza by Herman Melville. Good story. Otherwise what? Not really challenged yesterday. Pretty straightforward day. Oh, I did stumble a little bit though. It was a fantastic morning. I didn't eat, I only eat lunch and dinner now these days. Have been that way for a couple months. Losing a lot of weight, feeling much better. And at times I feel absolutely fantastic. Like, top of the world feeling. And yesterday was one of them. All the way from about this time in the morning. I was a little tired. I had a little hard time getting started yesterday. But after I got my first cup of coffee in me, let me take a sip. After I got my first cup, I was ready to roll. And, literally, then took the dogs for a walk. And then literally got in the car and rolled. I felt great, and it just increasingly felt good. Just a terrific sense of well-being, the type that I at least long for, the type of well-being that is the goal, the abstract goal of living. It's funny how words just spell out sometimes, and books fall down. Although that's nothing words. It was just such a good feeling that I had. And I knew it was because I hadn't been eating. I was at the dealership, and they said they would be done. My appointment was about 10 a.m., and I was there just at a little before 10. And they said it would be done around 12:30, so I knew I had about 2.5 hours. It was more like 3:30 when it was finally done. 1:30, 1:30 or 2, so it was more like it was like 3.5 to 4 hours. In fact, it took a long time. And I just felt great, especially those last 3 hours of just sitting at the dealership and reading. I was hungry, but the pangs of hunger weren't a nuisance in any way. I could live with it. In fact, I could have gone all afternoon without eating. Because what I traded that for was just a terrific sense of well-being. It's like my body had stopped, had shut down all of the digestion, because there was nothing to digest. And whatever my natural blood chemistry would be in a non-digestive state. Here I am, Mr. Amateur physiologist, guessing at how things work. My blood chemistry was just balanced, and I was balanced. And other than a little, little discomfort in my limbs as I sat in one position for a long time, which I relieved by shifting, I just trudged along. I felt really good. Like I said, best top feeling that I could imagine. And I know I can have that again and I do have it, increasingly frequently as I've been continuing this intermittent fasting. So that was a good day. Oh, and then I blew it all because I was going to have a Subway sandwich there at that dealership, but like I said, I pressed it and I was enjoying the feeling. And so finally, after the car was done, I decided to stop by an Indian buffet place. Not buffet, but Indian place. Yeah, I guess it is a buffet. You pick 2 or 3 items, and that's close to Tanakaya, where we usually go for Japanese lunch. And I overdid it. I ordered the number 3, which I thought was plate version 3 with certain things on it, but in fact it was three items, way too much food. Plus I got a samosa, plus there was naan that came with it, and I got a mango chutney, just because I kind of stumbled into it. I made the mistake of ordering the number 3, what I thought was the number 3, but ended up with 3 heapings of stuff. I ordered the chutney, I ordered the samosa when the guy suggested it, and then I got the mango chutney when he suggested it too. I paid a little more, a lot more than I wanted. It was an $18 lunch, which is way more than I would like to pay for lunch, especially on a weekday. But it was very good, but very filling, but then it wiped me out for the rest of the day. It's interesting. I had a terrific morning and an awful afternoon. I mean, awful in a relative sense. Just that all that food just really threw my blood sugar, I guess, threw me off kilter. Interesting. So that was the day, and then I came home, had another meal. Yumiko made another meal. Actually, eating Yumiko's meal made me feel better. Then I took the dogs to the dog park, and then I went to bed shortly thereafter. I was tired, and I am tired still. I'm not quite myself. I think I'll be better soon, though. Excuse me. I don't want to make this video, but I will. I don't have the slightest anxiety about work right now, but for good cause. Okay, the Good Life Meditation, 7 objectives. These are: 1, to be always ready to die, to have everything in order for my death, my papers and my affairs, my relationships, and my life's purpose, my life's work, writing, going alone, and that's all done. 2, to do why am I forgetting all of a sudden? Be always ready to die. Oh yeah, to make good and effective use of time. It's funny how I need this mechanism to hear the words, to find the next word. Oh, excuse me. Like I said, not quite back on my feet yet. 3, okay, make good and effective use of time is to not waste my time. 3 is to develop and maintain good and sound life principles. 4, to cultivate good emotional reactions. 5, to perform good actions. 6, to recognize my true limits and my true opportunities. And 7, to do just one thing at a time, and to do that thing slowly and deliberately and carefully. 30 principles now. Number 1 is the principle of war, to always be fighting against what I think is true, and what others propose to me that they think I should believe is true. 2, the principle of reason. How does someone burp from coffee? I don't know. Drinking too much air. 2, reason, and the sub-principles of honesty, objectivity, and now, oh gosh, I'm not with it. 3, the homunculus, the little mortal who lives inside my head and will die with me. 4, the Anchorhold, a reminder that my body is a quite mortal substructure, where the homunculus lives within. And when this goes, that goes. 4 is the home of good and evil. Reminder that right and wrong are opinions, not objective facts floating around the universe or instilled from on high. They're just mere opinions. 5, or maybe it's 6. Purpose. My 3 purpose are biology, virtue, and mission. Biology suggests the need to be a good husband and father. Virtue is the aim of my life, to improve the well-being of others, particularly thinking creatures. And then purpose is to work on, develop, record, and then share my life purpose, which is this good life. Well, there's 2 things: telling the story of going alone, and then the good life creed. Which I need to tell that story more. I don't do that much anymore. Next is atomic principle. Everything is made of little bits and pieces. Then the principle of nature. Everything has some particular nature. And then the pirate ride. The pirate ride. Free will is an illusion. And then maturity, and some principles of wisdom and fortitude, which are the mechanisms to acquire and hold and use our experience. And the social principle. We are social creatures. Oh gosh, we need each other. I'd never let myself be like this at work, but I'm tired. Boy, maybe my allergies got me. Maybe that's it. Maybe I should take my allergy medicine. And then public speaking. Didn't I move this principle? Reminder to be careful about what I say and write, using few words and carefully developed words. Public speaking. And then temperance. And these are principles of suffering, simplicity, and apathy. And after that comes a principle called life will not go well. Just my reminder that there's lots and lots of challenges along the way, every day through life. And then the horror show. Awful things are coming. And then the Feast of Offal. We sometimes throw our upset into the world for others to see. It's not a healthy thing to do for ourselves or for the others. And sometimes others will do that in front of us. It's not a healthy thing for us to consume it. And I think I'm all messed up on my principles. I've lost order. I'm going to have to find a way to get them back on order. Maybe I'll have to make a list. Yeah, probably. I think the next one is distraction. We distract ourselves from all kinds of stuff so that we don't have to see what I call the great indifference, which is the emptiness of the universe, a universe without God. Did I do temperance? I think so. And then the Feast of... No. Boy, I'm really messed up. I'm like a ship that's broke its rudder. Broken rudder. Let's see if I can get into any port now. Oh yeah, the Path of Wildness. No, best seat in the house, the Path of Wildness, the risk of avoiding risk. No. Yeah, no. The risk of avoiding risk. The sin and damnation, complete oblivion, great life. No. Oh, yeah. Great life, Path of Wildness, and then the Great Life Adventure. I moved that, so it's back down there. Then the Season of Philosophy, the Bullseye Aim, the Uphill Climb, Arena and Utility, Nothing is Enough. And then finally, the Principle of Fun. I messed all that up. I'm going to have to make a list. And increasingly, since I kind of changed things around a little bit, it's really thrown me off. That's an awful job of the Good Life meditation. Boy, that was just terrible. But that's all right. It's within the parameters. My requirement for doing this Good Life meditation is not to do a good job. All I require myself to do is to make an effort to recount and categorically enumerate and briefly touch each of these items. That's the bare necessity. To say their names. And I'm tempted to do that. So I met the criteria. But if I happen to elaborate and go into more detail, that's just a bonus. Okay, as for today, it's a typical Saturday of work. Not of work, but of homework. Not even that. Housework. I'll finish this, upload it, read the Bible, feed the dogs, take them for a walk, clean the house, go shopping with my wife, call it a day. So let's do this day. Be safe, but not too safe.